Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful day, by the way. I think I forget that sometimes, but nonetheless, I do. So we're here to look at this variations, armor and clothing recolors. It's armors and weapons, and it's going to show you some of these guard armors and Imperial armors, and they do include some weapons, and we'll try to look at all of these, or at least quite a few of them. I'm mashing this up to see, because I think it will work with the CBBE body. Now this happens to be the curvy all-in-one, but I don't think it matters if you use curvy or slim. It'll either work or not. So we're going to go through this and see if it's working for that. I believe it is. So this is going to change the colors on these armors, and it's going to change the colors and I believe the shapes of these weapons. Let's go back up here and read the words. Yeah, as well as corresponding weapon meshes from Lean Wolf's better shaped weapons. So it includes sleeved variants and mesh fixes from Practical Armors on some of these, not all of these. Now some of this may not appear because I'm putting this below it, but the coloration will still pass through. Notice this is still pretty big. It's almost 400 megabytes, and that is 270, almost 271. So you're devoting a lot of space to this, is my point. if you're doing this, so it's not a complaint, it's just the way it is. Alright, so let's get Hope. She is ready to roll. And we'll start looking at some of those. Again, the modder for this is S for Zenda. So, alright. So she's here. Now this is just in the Azadal armor, which is the first one we should really look at. I apologize. Let's go back to the mod for just a second and let's see. Sorry, I'm a little froggy. Okay. Let's roll down. Now I left this down at the bottom and I turned off all my UNP stuff so it wouldn't be in the way. So guard armors, Imperial armors, General Tullius armor. I don't have the General Tullius, and I really don't. I have the Stormcloak, but I don't have guard armors. Let's see. Penitus Oculatus, I don't have that. I can do hide and studded and iron and steel and leather. So let's start with some of those. Let's scroll down and look at the hide. Yeah, here we go. Hide armor. Boots and bracers. See? The colors come through. It's really nice. Those are much better colors. It's nice and dark, which really hide probably would turn really dark over time. So that looks really nice. And then we said iron. Well, here's Imperial. That looks good. There's not a drastic change here, but you can see a definite difference in the coloring. It looks good. Let's see. Let's try the light. Yeah, this is a little darker too. Most of it is a little darker, which actually improves it quite a bit. And it's still got some red there, so it's kind of nice. And then here's the iron. So that looks good too. What else did we have? I don't remember. Is leather included? I think it is. Yep. Looks like leather is included. So that looks good. I don't remember that being included. I don't remember that being included. I've tried to add some things that I was missing previously. If you see some new things, that's why. You know what? Let's go back to the mod and take a look there, because I may not remember exactly. I think this will be my last variations unless someone has a specific one they want me to look at. This has definitely been enough of those for you to get an idea if you're interested. If you want to check some of them out, they're very, I think they're worthwhile, but they do take up some space. This takes up quite a bit of space here. So maybe we should look at steel. I don't have fur armors or forsworn. Maybe I can make some of those. But we can look at steel and blades and dragon bone and dwemer. Let's go back up to dragon bone and dwarven. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Look at that. Yeah, that's very cool. I think that looks good. Let's see, then they said dragon bone, so I'm going to say it's dragon plate and possibly dragon scale. So let's look at this first. Yeah, that has a nice look to it. I'm not, you know, I've never really been overly thrilled with this armor look, but the darker version does look better in a way to me. I don't think there's any change there. So they really meant dragon plate only. Okay, that's alright. So let's go down and look at the steel. Now we've not looked at any of the weapons yet, and we'll take a look at some of those, because we do want to look at that. I don't want to forget. Go too far? No. No, this is just stall rim. Okay. So let's go. Let's do the full thing here. Let's do that. Yeah, that looks really nice, doesn't it? That looks really good. So this will work with this CBBE body and stuff. It will work. I don't know if this is going to be any different, but a lot of times the guard stuff affects that, and yeah, that is different. That looks good. So the guard armors will be different. That looks really nice. I don't remember. Is this affected? I think these are. Yeah, look at these. These are nice. This is the brown. Let me check the mod, make sure I'm not misleading you, but I'm pretty sure that this is not the vanilla. This looks really good. Alright, we're moving down. There we go. Okay, let's see. Do they mention that? They don't mention the Thieves Guild Armours, but I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure this is still correct. This is not the standard Thieves Guild armor. The same with the dark armor. And there's the gray without the sleeves. Let's see, was there anything else down here? Probably need to roll back up and look at the blades. I think they mentioned the blades. So I want to make sure I point that out. And then we're going to look at some weapons. Because by now, you get the idea of the variations, the recolors. They're really nice, though. I mean, it's worth looking at and thinking about, even though I know it takes up a lot of space. And it does. It's a lot to look at. So let's look at the blades armor. Do the boots and the gauntlets. Now, in a way, it looks darker, but the chest piece actually looks kind of shinier. So I'm not sure if that's the way that's supposed to look or not. But that is the way it ends up looking. Okay, so that looks fine to me. All those look good. So let's take a look and see if we can see some of these weapons here. Okay, I'm going to do a quick save. Hopefully we won't have any trouble. Let's go down to the blade. Let's make a blade sword. I didn't think to look at the shield. We should look at the shield too. And the sword. And then some of the steel things. Let's take a look. Let's skip the other mod stuff I have. I don't know if that's drastically different. Let's take a look at the mod again and see which weapons we should be looking at. This will give us a better idea. I apologize, but I have to keep looking back. Just heading back down again. Shouldn't take, doesn't take long. So let's see what weapons we should be looking at. So iron and silver and steel and the blade sword and the dwemer and elven weapons and glass weapons. Oh, did we need to look at glass? And we should look at the glass and elven armors. Oh, okay. Alright, hold on. Because I'm not sure we looked at those. We want to make sure this carries through. So I want to look as much as possible. Well, while we're here, let's take a look at the blade sword. And let's go back up and do the blade shield. Oh, well, I put the helmet on, but that's okay. She can wear the helmet. That's alright. Oh, I hate the way it just makes it difficult for you to get close. But, hold on, I'm getting there. So that blade, the sword looks good. It doesn't look drastically different from the normal sword, but it does look good. So I think that looks really, really fine. I'm going to turn our HUD down, so if I want to take a picture or so, I can. Don't have to do that right this second, though. But nonetheless, it gets the little crosshair out of the way. So that looks good. So let's see what else she can do here as far as, let's see, we said elven and glass. We didn't make those weapons, but we'll make some. In fact, we'll go gilded and helmet. We'll give her the elven shield. And I actually may have an elven sword for her. There we go. So that looks good. That turned out well. Now I'm not going to have the sword for this, but we can still do the glass armor. So the glass armor looks good. I'm not sure if the retexture is coming through, the recolor is coming through, because I think it should look different. And I remember that the glass had its own unique issues, so it could be that this is not coming through the mod. Just saying. I'm not sure that anything is coming through on that. That looks pretty standard. So let's make some weapons. Let's just make, for simplicity's sake, let's just make like an iron mace, an iron shield, and an iron sword, and an axe. Okay, that's plenty. And then the Imperial, do they have their own? They do have their own. It looks like the bow might be different. They get their own shields, swords. So let's check those things out. Steel. I think a good mace and a sword, just to give you an idea. Let's see, it implied, I think it also said that the Dwarven would be different, so let's take a look at that. I don't know if we'll see a huge difference there, but we'll try. That's an elven mace. We have a shield. We'll try a sword. Oh, I think I had a sword, so we don't need that. We'll do the axe. I think that'll be enough to cover us. Let me just, let's just go with that. I don't know if we'll see much difference in the glass department or not. Was there anything to come up here for? That's my question. Not really. Okay, so let's roll down. We looked at the blades at the elven, so I don't want to mess with that. Let's go down to the glass, and we'll try to look at iron and steel. We did look at the Imperial a little bit. Hold on a second. I know this is going to drag this out a little bit. Oh wait, I shouldn't have done that yet. Hold on. So we did the blades and the elven. We kind of did the glass, but not totally. So let's look at... I didn't make a glass sword, really. Really, what a doofus. Let's make a glass sword and shield, even though I don't think these are really coming through, and I'll show you why in a minute. It just doesn't look like it's coming through. See how this color does not match the color that we're seeing on the screen. So I don't think this is coming through correctly. And I think it's because they tried to make some changes to it, and I've got that overlaid with the all-in-one changes. Yep. So let's see. So glass. No. There we go. Give her the glass and the shield. Yeah, see the difference here? Hold on. The shield and the weapon, but the armor is not picking up on those colors. Do you see that? You can see the color differences. Let me walk you up close. See the difference in the color of the helmet and the shield and the weapon. So the glass is not coming through consistently. So we could move the mods around, but then you would not get the curvy shape for the CBBE. You would actually get just the vanilla shape. So we'll come back to this and we will flip it and we will show you that. Right now I have the mods in a different order so that the color would come through on the CBBE curvy, but like I said, for some items like this, it's not going to work quite the way we had intended or wanted. And that's because there was some mesh changes going on here in their mod, and so somehow it messes it up anyway. I'm not going to try to get into all the details since I probably don't know all the details anyway. So let's go back down to the Imperial and the boots and the bracers. I don't think I did the helmet, so let's go turn the helmet off. Okay, so but I did do some shields, so let's give them that shield, and now let's give them an Imperial sword. Okay, I think that all looks really good together. Now if we do this and move it, so you can see what it's going to look like. And that sword does look really good. That shield does too. So I think that looks really nice. I just wanted to snap a quick picture of that because that looks really good. I'm kind of all over the place. But let's try some of the others now, because that was the Imperial. We didn't do the light, but you could do the light. Let's see, let's just swap out the light real fast. And ta-da! That's the light, and that doesn't look bad either. Using the same sword, so nothing wrong with that. Now let's see. This is the iron armor, boots, and gauntlets, the iron shield. Okay, now let's move to... oh, that was the wrong thing. Let's move to weapons. Let's do a mace. Let's just do a mace. Oh, that was the wrong thing. I meant to do that. Oh, some days. There we go. Let's see there. I think that looks good. Oh, sorry, I'm driving my camera all over the place. It is kind of wonky though. Nonetheless, alright, so that looks good. Let's see, what else did we have we wanted to look at? We don't necessarily have to see everything. I just want to see a few things so that you'll have a good idea of whether or not you like it and you want to pursue it or not, because it's a lot to download. Let's go with the steel plate. Then we'll just do the steel shield. And we'll do like a steel, let's do a steel mace this time. See, all of that looks really good and all that's coming through like it should. So it's hard to be dissatisfied with any of that. That looks really nice. So, and really that's probably the main stuff we wanted to look at. You could definitely go through and look at the Dwarven and the War Axe. For instance, let's see, let's do the Dwarven War Axe. And let's go up to the Dwarven. It'll take a minute. She's got a lot of stuff in her bags. But we'll get there. Alright, so Dwarven armor, boots, helmet, and shield. Now I always think the Dwarven looks a little goofy, and it does, but it has its own appeal. So I think that looks nice. I'll pop us a picture of that. Alright, so that, I think that pretty much covers everything from this mod, and it does work with the all-in-one, the CBBE all-in-one. However, we did notice with the glass that it doesn't work exactly correctly. So actually, hold on, before we do this, let me switch this back for a minute. Put that away. Ta-da. Do a quick save. Now let's just go, and we're going to switch these around so that you can see what the glass should look like. At least I believe this will make the glass pop out correctly, because the glass armor should have that frosty bluish look rather than that green look. Just in this case, not normally, but just in this case. Alright, so let's do this. And we'll go back in, and we'll do the glass and see how it looks. That should correct it. I might need to do a reset, but let's see. Alright, so you notice, you notice this is more of a vanilla shape now. When you put that below, all the armors that it replaces is going to take more of a vanilla shape. That's just the way it is. You lose the CBBE all-in-one shape that you had. But so it depends on what you're really after. If you really just want, and you don't want, or don't care about the other shape, then you could just leave that mod off altogether. Actually, well, let's do the War Axe. The War Axe is fun. See how the color is different? It's a nice frosty light blue type of color instead of green. It kind of goes with the Skyrim look in a way, if you think about that. So let me see. We'll try to do the wonky driving again. So other than the fact that this changes the shape, the colors look really good. And if you want the vanilla shape with these colors, this is great actually. And this is the way you would do it. You wouldn't even have the CBB mod there at all if you just want to do that. But I kind of wanted to show you how you could do this. Oops, I hit my controller. And since this is the only one that gives you trouble, and I forget why, but the glass, I think they changed the glass mesh in the mod, and if your other mod below it changes that, it changes and messes the colors up. So this is the only way to get the colors on this. So it's a choice. It's a good one, but it's a choice. So you have to decide what's important to you and how you want to look and what you want to do. So alright, let's go back to the mod real fast, because our focus has really been on the variations mod. This is a pretty big mod. Let's wait till we get back to it. It's like, I forget, it's getting close to 400 megabytes, ain't it? Let's roll down and check. Yeah, it's 390. It's practically 400 megabytes. It's only a couple short. So if you didn't have this at all, you'd still have that, and that's pretty big. But it does a lot of things, and it does give you some better shaped weapons. It does mess with the shape of some of your armors. It depends on what you like, but the recolor mainly is the best part. I wish the whole thing was just a recolor, and then the weapon stuff, I would really like that to be separate, like, or just recolor the weapons and not change the mesh. That way you could possibly choose a mesh to go with the colors, and you could mix and match things. But anyway, this is the way this was made, and it's very good the way it is. If it was more modular, it would be better. That's all I'm saying. If things were more modular, they would be better. But they've really tried to break this up so that you don't have to get the whole big package. I think the whole big package is over 700 megabytes, but this is a good chunk of it here, and it replaces all those sets. But it's really nice. So you just have to decide what you like, and if you're willing to use that much space for it, I guess. But it looks really good, so I mean, definitely, if you like it, it's worth it. Okay, alright, thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later.